Hello everyone, welcome to Chem Analysis. In today's lecture, I will discuss about Beckmann rearrangement, and along with Beckmann rearrangement, I will also discuss about its competing reaction, that is Beckmann fragmentation, and another important reaction, that is Semler-Wulf reaction or Wulf aromatization. So I can guarantee you that if you watch this video carefully and till the end, then you will learn something new. So let's start this discussion. Beckmann rearrangement is generally a acid catalyzed, and in some cases rearrangement happens instead of acid, and in that cases other activating reagent is used, that is in that cases PCl5 or thionyl chloride or tosyl chloride is used, and this reaction is involves the rearrangement of oxime that is prepared by the reaction of a ketone with hydroxylamine to form the corresponding oxime, and in some cases this reaction is catalyzed by catalytic amount of para-toluene sulfonic acid or other acid, and when it is treated with acid or in some cases other reagent, and that reagent or acid mainly used to make the polar leaving group OH to a beta leaving group. In presence of acid, it gets converted to OH2 plus or other reagent like tosyl chloride or PCl5. These reagents mainly activates the OH group and make it beta leaving group, and this oxime by Beckmann rearrangement gets converted to corresponding substituted amide. Okay, and this rearrangement is named after the discoverer of this reaction, and it is known as Beckmann rearrangement. And if the reaction is performed with cyclic oxime, then the product will be lactam, and in case of oxime of cyclohexanone, the final product will be a 7-member ring. It will be 2. It is known as caprolactam, and it is a monomer for the synthesis of nylon 6,6, and from this nylon 6,6 is generated. It is a polymer of caprolactam, and instead of oxime, that is N-hydroxyoxime, the reaction can also be performed with N-chloro or N-fluorooxime. Though the fluorine is not beta leaving group, but the reaction can be performed with N-chloro or N-fluorooxime. And in these cases, this one or this one, that is if we write like this, then the group which is anti to the substituent attached to the nitrogen, that is hydroxy or chloro or fluoro, that group will migrate to the nitrogen center and will form the corresponding amide. That is here R1 is attached to nitrogen, that means R1 should be in trans anti-periplanar oriented with the N-hydroxy group, and if R2 is anti-periplanar to the N-hydroxy group, then R2 will migrate. And here another one thing is very important, that it can, since nitrogen OH group can be oriented in this way also, like that is in which way this NOH group will be migrated, that is in which orientation this NOH group will stay in the reaction starting material will depend on the migrating property or migrating nature of the attached group with the oxime carbon. If R2 has greater migrating effect than the R1, then R2 must migrate to the nitrogen center, and in that case the hydroxyl group and R2 will be anti-periplanar. Is it okay? Now if R1 has greater migrating effect than R2, then R1 must migrate to the nitrogen center, and to happen that OH group must be anti-periplanar to R1, and in that case the orientation of the N-hydroxy group with the substituent on the oxime carbon will be like this, that is R1 and OH will be anti-periplanar. For that reason R1 should migrate on the nitrogen center to form the corresponding amide. Is it okay? Now let's see the mechanism of this reaction. It is quite simpler. Then in the first step, acid will protonate this hydroxyl group and it will get converted to beta leaving group, that is OH2, and in the next step the group on the oxime carbon that is in trans orientation with the leaving group will migrate on the nitrogen center, and will form migrate here, and OH2 group will be eliminated to form such species, and it after attack of water that is present in the reaction medium, since it is in acidic condition and water is there, water will attack on the carbocationic center it will be positive, and in the next step it will eliminate one H plus, and finally tautomerization of this iminol will form the corresponding amide, that is substituted amide. And this step it can occur in concerted way, or I will discuss later that this step can also occur in step by step way, that is not in concerted way. That is I am drawing here, and I will discuss briefly that in the first step there will be breaking of this oxime carbon and R1 bond, and it will form here triple bond, and OH2 group will be eliminated, so it will form the corresponding nitrile species, and along with this there will be carbocation corresponding to R1. In the next step the lone pair electron on nitrogen will attack on the carbocationic center, it will be cationic, and resonance of this will form the corresponding carbocationic species, and in the last step attack of water, that is it is similar to this species, and at the last step attack of water on the carbocationic center will lead to the formation of final product. That is, as we can see the product is similar, but I will show some example that in that cases if you go through as like the concerted step pathway mechanism in Beckmann rearrangement, then you will end up with wrong product, and depending on the nature or depending on the structure of the substrate that is substituent on the carbon atom attached to the oxime carbon, the mechanism will be different. And this mechanism where the reaction is going through the formation of such nitrile and carbocationic species, when the generated carbocation will be stable. If it is 1 degree carbocation, then the formation of carbocation or the reaction will not go through this mechanism, and in that case the reaction will follow the Beckmann rearrangement. But if the R1 carbocation is secondary or tertiary or stabilized by lone pair of heteroatom, then the reaction must go through this fragmentation mechanism, and this reaction is known as Beckmann reaction, but it is Beckmann fragmentation reaction. Is it okay? When I will show some example, then we will understand it better. And to prove this Beckmann fragmentation, that the reaction is going through concerted step or this fragmentation step, a crossover experiment was performed. That is, when the reaction was performed using two different oxime, like one is this one and another oxime is such different oxime. Now if it is treated in presence of Beckmann rearrangement condition, that is in acidic condition, then if the reaction proceeds through concerted pathway, then this tertiary butyl group will migrate on the nitrogen center and will lead to the formation of such amide NH-Me. Is it okay? It will migrate here. Here will be carbocation, oxygen, water will attack here, and it will form this amide. And similarly, in this case, if it undergoes Beckmann rearrangement, since the migrating aptitude of this group is greater than phenyl, so this group will migrate here and will lead to the amide like this. But in the experiment, it is observed that along with these two amide, there is formation of other two amide. That is, in addition to this amide, there is a formation of this one and also this one. Now here we can see that this part or this part is from this oxime, but this part is from this oxime. And similarly, in this product, this phenyl CONH part is from this oxime, and this tertiary butyl group is coming from this oxime. That means we can say that the reaction is not going through concerted pathway. If the reaction goes through this fragmentation pathway, that is, in this case there will be fragmentation and will lead to the formation of this carbocation, tertiary carbocation, and the elimination of OH by forming OH2, and the nitrile forming from first oxime will be like this. And similarly, in this case the carbocation will be like this, and the nitrile corresponding forming from this second oxime like this. Now if the nitrogen lone pair attacks on this carbocation and after attack by water, like this mechanism, that is nitrogen is attacking on the carbocation and after resonance and attack by water will form the like this, attack by water will form the amide. And in this case, if nitrogen attacks here and after water attack, it will form this amide. Similarly, if nitrogen attacks at this carbocation and after treatment with water ultimately form this amide. Now, if the nitrogen lone pair of this nitrile attacks on this carbocation, then after treatment of water will lead to the formation of this amide. Okay. And similarly, if the nitrogen lone pairs of this nitrogen attacks on this carbocation generated from the second oxime, then there will be formation of this oxime after treatment of water. Is it okay? So we can see that there is not occurring the concerted pathway in this reaction, since the carbocation generated from this oxime or from this oxime are stabilized, since it is tertiary and it is also tertiary along with it is benzylic, so it will be highly stable, and due to formation of this stable carbocation the reaction is going through the fragmentation mechanism. So now let's see some examples of this Beckmann rearrangement and Beckmann fragmentation. The first action I have discussed in the starting, that first it will form the oxime, and in the second step Beckmann rearrangement will form the corresponding 7-member ring. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and here will be carbocation, and in the next step attack by water on this carbocation ring center will form the corresponding lactam, and it is known as caprolactam. In the second example, we can see that first it will form the corresponding oxime, and next it is treated with such trichloro species, and this is known as cyanuric chloride. It is trimer of cyanogen chloride, and the name is cyanuric chloride. It is mainly used to activate the hydroxyl group. It will undergo addition elimination reaction, and OH group will be activated and will form such species, and after Beckmann rearrangement it will form the corresponding lactam. Here will be increase of one ring atom. Okay, here this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, and in the final product there will be 13-member ring. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. So it will be the final product. Though the drawing is not accurate, but the product will be this one, that is 13-member lactam. And in this example we can see that this acyl chloride is used to activate the hydroxyl group, and in the first step it will form such species, and next we can think that it will undergo Beckmann rearrangement to form the corresponding 5-member lactam species. But in this case we can see that this alkyl group has greater migrating property than this group, and the carbocation nature of this alkyl group is tertiary, and since this will be stabilized by the plus I effect of this alkyl group, so it will undergo Beckmann fragmentation reaction instead of Beckmann rearrangement. So in the first step there will be formation of nitrile and elimination of this leaving group. Here will be carbocation. Okay, and if we draw it in zigzag fashion, then it is above the plane, and since it is drawing in zigzag fashion, it will go below the plane. And in the next step, this stable carbocation will undergo hydrogen elimination, that is H plus elimination, to form the corresponding olefin. This is methyl. So this will be the final product of this reaction instead of 5-member lactam. And this reaction is going through Beckmann fragmentation mechanism. You have to be careful about the substituent on the alkyl group attached to the oxime carbon as well as on the reaction condition, since here you can see that there is no other nucleophile that can attack on the carbocation generated by the alkyl migration. Since in the Beckmann rearrangement, after alkyl group migration or after a migration of a group, there will be carbocationic center on this carbon atom, and at that carbocationic center a nucleophile should attack to form the final product. But in this reaction condition, there is no such nucleophile that can attack on the carbocationic center if the reaction proceeds through Beckmann rearrangement. And for that reason, you can also think about the Beckmann fragmentation mechanism. And here the hydrogen abstraction is happening, and this hydrogen is abstracted by the leaving group eliminated here. The leaving group eliminated here will be this one, and this can abstract this proton and it will form its corresponding acid and it will generate the olefin. Is it okay? So you have to be careful about the substituent on the substituent on the alkyl group as well as on the reaction condition. Now let's see next example. In this example, we can see that this oxime is treated with thionyl chloride. Now in the first step, there will be formation of N-chloro substitution by reacting with SOCl2. That is such oxime, and as I have told in my starting of this video that N-chloro or N-fluorooxime can also undergo Beckmann rearrangement. First of all, we have to think about the stability of the carbocation which will be generated if the reaction proceeds through Beckmann fragmentation. And in the if the reaction proceeds through Beckmann fragmentation, then the generated carbocation will be tertiary and that will be stabilized by the lone pair electron of oxygen. So there is a possibility of the reaction proceeding through Beckmann fragmentation. On the other way, here we can see that during the formation or transformation of N-hydroxy to N-chloro by the treatment with SOCl2, the side product will be HCl and SO2. And as I say in previous example, that we have to think about the reaction condition also. And here we can see that there is no other nucleophile present in the reaction medium that can attack on the carbocation, that is this carbocation generated through Beckmann rearrangement. And for this reason also we can think that the reaction will proceed through Beckmann fragmentation, not Beckmann rearrangement. And if the reaction proceeds through Beckmann fragmentation, there will be formation of such carbocation. This will be cyanide and here will be carbocation, and that carbocationic hydroxyl group will converted to corresponding ketone by elimination of this OH proton, that is abstraction of this acidic proton. It will be carbonyl. We can draw it in clear way. So this will be the final product, and it will also proceed through Beckmann fragmentation. Is it okay? You have to be careful about the substituent on the group attached to the oxime carbon, as well as on the reaction condition, that is other nucleophile is present within the medium or not. And this is also a very important example. That means in first shot we can think that it will undergo Beckmann rearrangement to form the corresponding 8-member lactam, but though 8-member lactam is not stable enough, and in the other case we can think that this carbon is tertiary, and after if this reaction proceeds through Beckmann fragmentation, then the carbocation will be 2 degree and the carbocation will be stabilized by the lone pair electron of the sulfur atom, though the sulfur atom is at distal position, but it can stabilize the carbocation. It is observed that the final product is and if we think how the reaction is happening or how the reaction is giving such product, let's see the probable mechanism. First, it will be OH2, and after the Beckmann fragmentation, it will form the corresponding nitrile and carbocation. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 I am writing here 5, this one, and here is as like this one. And in the next step, the sulfur lone pair electron will attack on this carbocationic center and will stabilize this carbocation, and this property is quite similar to beta silicon effect, since the silicon atom stabilize any beta carbocation, and it is quite like that one. In the next step, the nitrogen lone pair will attack on this carbon center and it will open up this carbon sulfur bond, that is break this carbon sulfur bond. One, two, three. So this is the final product as like this one, and this is the probable mechanism. Now let's see another example of this fragmentation reaction. Here this is interesting species, that is dust, interesting reagent, and it is diethyl amino sulfur trifluoride, and in this reaction this species acts as a fluoride source, and in the first step this OH group will get converted to its corresponding fluoride species, that is this one, and in the next step Beckmann fragmentation, since the carbocation generated will be tertiary and with respect to this phenyl group it is benzylic, so it will be highly stable and it will proceed through the Beckmann fragmentation. And here will be elimination of F minus, and that F minus, since there is no other nucleophile present in the reaction medium, if water is there then water can attack at this carbocationic center, and since fluoride minus is liberating in the reaction medium, and that F minus can attack at this carbocationic center to form the corresponding fluorocontaining compound. So this will be the final product of this reaction. We can draw it like this, that is this one and this, since this will be more stabilized than this conformer. So this will be the final product, and in this reaction we can see that first Friedel-Crafts acylation is performed, and both ortho and para acyl product will be formed, and para product will be formed in major amount. And if this undergo oxime formation, then there will be formation of methyl oxime. And in the next step it is undergoing Beckmann rearrangement, and after Beckmann rearrangement it will form the corresponding acetanilide species. Since this group has better migrating aptitude than the methyl group, so it will migrate on the nitrogen center, and in that structure the OH group will be oriented in the trans to the migrating group, and this will be the corresponding amide, that is acetanilide. Here one thing is important, that the reaction is not proceeding through Beckmann fragmentation. Since if the reaction proceeds through Beckmann fragmentation, then the carbocation generated, one will be methyl or another carbocation will be benzene carbocation, but both the carbocation is not stable, so the reaction will not proceed through Beckmann fragmentation. Instead the reaction will proceed through Beckmann rearrangement. And the reagent used here, that is Amberlis 15, is a cation exchange reagent containing strongly acidic sulfonic group, and this strongly acidic cation exchange reagent is used in this Beckmann rearrangement condition. Now let's see one last example, that is Semler-Wulf reaction or Wulf aromatization. That is, if a oxime of such cyclohexenone is treated in presence of acidic condition, then instead of product corresponding to Beckmann rearrangement, that is instead of amide, there is a formation of aniline species, and this reaction is known as Semler-Wulf reaction, or since here is aromatization is happening, so it is also known as Wulf aromatization. And if we see the mechanism, then we can see that how this product is forming. In the first step, similar to, since acid is there will be protonation of this oxime OH, and now since the cyclohexane ring containing one double bond, and it can offer or it can show its neighboring group effect, that is it also called as neighboring group participation, that is NGP. And it will offer its neighboring group effect, and in that case the OH2 group should be in anti-periplanar or anti-orientation with this alkyl group or with this bond. And to show the neighboring group, the orientation, I am writing here, the orientation of the oxime OH2 bond will be anti to the double bond, and in this case the pi bond will attack on the oxime nitrogen, and here will be carbocation. If I draw like this, that is nitrogen, and here will be elimination of water, here will be carbocation, and this H plus will be eliminated to form the corresponding double bond, and the H plus liberating in this step will be accepted or will be abstracted by this nitrogen lone pair, and nitrogen will get protonated. And in the next step there will be rearrangement like this. This carbon hydrogen bond will break and from here double bond. This double bond will migrate here, and this carbon nitrogen, since the carbon nitrogen bond is electrophilic here, so this bond will be broken and there will be formation of such species. And in the last step it will undergo tautomerization to form the aniline. Is it okay? Since there is a double bond, it will show its neighboring group participation effect and ultimately lead to the formation of aniline. And for this reason this reaction is known as Wolff aromatization. So that's all for this lecture, and if you like this lecture then please like the video and please share it with your friends, and please provide your valuable feedback in the comment section so that I can improve my teaching quality. And if you are new in this channel then please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.